Hello, SonRise family. It's so good to be with you, even though not in person, but via Zoom. We miss seeing all of your faces in person, but we wanted to just give a little update on how we are doing. So we are Joe and Allison Priola, for those of you that we haven't met, and we serve with Cru City, a ministry of Cru, or formerly known as Campus Crusade for Christ. And we specifically serve with the city ministry, reaching 20-somethings with the good news of Jesus. And a great way for us to explain a little bit about what we do with 20-somethings is to explain the types of 20-somethings that we're really seeking to engage in our city. And so we like to put them into three buckets: nuns, duns, and resilient disciples. The nuns are those with no faith background or no connection to any faith. The duns would be those that are done with the institution of church, but maybe aren't necessarily done with the person of Jesus. But are pretty disillusioned to faith and to the church. And then the resilient disciples would be those men and women that are really seeking to be connected with Jesus and connected to what he's wanting to do in and through them as they engage in life in the city.
And our mission specifically in our work is to help 20-somethings live meaningfully and thrive spiritually. In a culture, in a day and age where it says that we get to make our own meaning, we get to tell everybody else who we are. We want to help reframe or shift back to a story about who God is and what God is doing in the world. A God who's seeking to redeem and reconcile the world to himself and to renew all of creation. And what it looks like to find meaning in that is to find our place in God's story. So our hope and desire is to help 20-somethings discover who God is and how he's made them uniquely, and what it looks like for them to leverage or to manage and steward the gifts and the talents and the passions they've been given to live into the story of God, to seek healing and hope and reconciliation for all people under Jesus. And so that's a little bit of our heart in terms of our vision and goal for working with 20-somethings in our city.
Yeah, and as some of you may know, we have recently relocated from San Diego back to San Luis Obispo. So Joe and I met in college at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and spent the first 10 plus years of our ministry here, and moved to San Diego in 2009. And for different circumstances, different reasons, God has led us to come back to San Luis Obispo with our family. And it's been a crazy whirlwind, but a very confident journey for us in knowing that this is where God is leading and guiding us. And so just a quick update on our family. We are doing really well. We've been back in San Luis Obispo for about a month now. Our kids have transitioned to school here online, of course, because of COVID. But they've done well, and we've been able to really connect back with some really deep, lifelong friends and experience some really rich community.
So what does it look like for us going forward, specifically the next 3 to 6 months? Well, we really want to be learners. It's important for us, even though we've lived here in the past, we want to come back in with new eyes to see. We haven't lived in this area for well over a decade, 12 years, actually. And so the greatest mistake would be for us to just jump right in and do what we've always done. Instead, we really want to seek what it looks like to see God take hold of this community with new eyes. We want to understand what are the gospel gaps, as we call them, in our community, the difference between what should be true when God and all creation are flourishing under him and what is reality. And so what we want to do is take on a posture as learners, as if we were moving into a new country, even per se. We want to learn by meeting with leaders in our community, whether that's pastoral or congregational leaders or other ministry leaders. We want to meet with leaders within the civic government. We want to meet with leaders in the marketplace and find out from them specifically what are the things that are we should know about this city, and what are the things that are really missing. What would it look like to see God really animate our communities with the Spirit? So our heart is to learn and to grow. We'll also be hanging out with 20-somethings. We want to get to know them. Where do they go in the city? What are the needs that they're experiencing in this time, in this unique time, specifically in pandemic? And what does it look like for us to help minister in those spaces alongside of them? And then finally, we want to kind of spend some time settling in as a family, getting to connect with neighbors, loved ones here that we've known for many years, and discover what it looks like as a family to create some new rhythms together as we live as a family on mission in our new city. So we're grateful for you guys and for your role in our lives, your partnership in our ministry, your encouragement to us as people. We've had a long history there. I've been a part of that church since I was a young boy. And we're thankful for the ways that you formed or shaped our lives and our vision for our work. Thank you for always blessing us just through your faithfulness and connection to us. And a big shout out to Karen and Ryan Hunt as well. Mm-hmm. Thank you to you both for making our big moving day that much easier. We could not have done it without you literally driving a U-Haul for us into our new neighborhood. So we're grateful for you specifically and for the church body as a whole. We love you guys. Look forward to seeing you again sometime soon. Take care.
Bye.